Good morning, everybody. Sound check. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, I'm trying my best here. Any meeting has changed a few of the buttons for me, so as soon as Chris gets in, I will try to go back and get it set up the old way. But right now, any meeting is winning. I'd like to welcome our guest for this week's commentary and trading. Hopefully, will satisfy your needs. I was on vacation after we invited a bunch of new people in the room, so that's why we're doing it. Vacation was really fun. We were at Lake Tahoe. It was hotter than normal by about 10-12 degrees. As is often the case, a lot of mountain homes do not have air conditioning. So came back to Wichita to 100-degree weather with humidity to match too. So it is still summertime, and it would be nice to get some moisture here. We do have moisture in the forecast this week, and a cool down coming middle of the week. So maybe that cold Canadian air will trigger some moisture in the south central plains. Okay, when I left on the 26th, the Greek news was paramount. It still is. Greek news and rumors will be subject until the next deal comes out. Germany and France met last night. We'll meet again today. What Cyprus said was that we were very, very close. We want a haircut on the debt. They were 60 million euros on their budget away from having a deal. So what Cyprus got out of this was a public backing that it's okay to leave the European Union if you need to increase negotiations. On the other hand, the Greeks' sentiment was not when they take polls and when they check it out, Greece does not want to leave the European Union. So we're back to square one. I would imagine that the negotiations will go on, that the markets will be subject to news spikes off of rumors and actual hard news. So I don't think a lot has changed as far as that goes. We've got this gap. If we don't close this gap, then the next short-term direction of the market is up. So we have a B right here, we have a B right here, and the market looks like it's going to try to close the gap. Got a pretty clean break here at 21.5, 22. We're at 19.5. I think the easiest trade to see is failure to take out this 24, 28. So sell 1 will be 23 to 27. Sell 2 will be 31 to 03. On the buy side, buying 13s, 9s to 13s, playing for a gap closure and a bounce off of that, and then 1 to 5 for buy 2. Markets service PMI. Hard news today. There's 2 other ones, but the market won't pay any attention to them. So we're looking at 55.1. And then the big one is ISM services. And that is at 56. So these numbers should play. The focus will be ISM services and then Greek announcements, Greek rumors, Greek speculation. And it's hard to say what it'll be, but my guess is that and it's been this all along, that Greece will not vote to take themselves out of the European Union, and they don't have the ability to fund their operations. There was some talk about Greece starting to print Greek-backed euro dollars, and I don't know how they would do that and get away with that. That wouldn't go very well with the powers that be. So the Greek news is where the markets will be focused, and we have to trade with proper risk management, which means stops in place. Okay, looking at this mark right there, the gap's at 19, so a 21 to 17 to close the gap. And then the second place would be 5 to 9, picking up where the market closed on Friday. I think I had a close at 06, so a limit buy at 07 or a limit buy at 20 are the two places for gap closing between Friday's close and the open chart gap right now. Now, having said that, we've got a B shape. We are pointed lower, but you got to take out 24 to get down there. So we're going to put a question mark at 25. Maybe as high as 29. This area right in here. But we have a B pattern. We've got the mode below the point of control, so I think we got a pretty good chance of coming back down. Okay, last rotate up stopped at what, 14? So the first sell is 11 to 15, and then the second sell is going to be 23 to 27. And as per norm, we take near support and resistance as our buy ones and sell ones, and we skip a level because of the volatility in this contract. Okay, my play right now is that they're going to close the gap. They may not be able to. Support might be at 24 to 28. Okay, gold again has been relatively quiet given all the machinations going on in Greece and what normally would happen in gold. We've seen very little buying interest in gold with failed state, scramble for money, printing a dollar. So maybe what the gold market is telling us is deflation. That the Greek economy will come out, and that'll increase the deflation pressures on the European Union. I don't know. So right now we're at 64. We've rejected prices below 60, so we'll make 60, 159 buy one, lean against the overnight low, and then 55, 57 buy two. On the sell side, 68.70 sell one, and then 74.76 sell two. Normally you'd expect gold to be rallying up under these conditions, but it's not. So support's 55 to 60 and resistance is basically 70 to 75 on gold. Okay, the euro's not reacting like the Greek deal is totally off the table. It's hanging in there pretty good. It is lower, as you'd expect, off that news, but the bottom hasn't fallen out of the market, and you can see right here that this 109.75, 109.90 is pretty good support. Basically stops under 110. The 109.75 plus or minus buy one, it's a B. I think it can go a little bit lower, but we'll see. They have not really gotten down, and then 109.50 for buy two. And we'll put a question mark at 110. On the sell side are 50 to 60, and then 75 to 85 for sell two. Basically trying to pick up this area right here, trying to sell against volume or the top of value. I think we're headed lower right now, so we got a chance to go down, but we'll Right now we're at 24, and 110 even is one of those numbers. Think we can buy a little bit cheaper, but 110 might be it. Crude is getting whacked, and again, the problem with crude is what it's always been. There's more supply than demand. Saudi Arabia has always been the swing producer, and they've chosen to increase production and go for market share, and that's taken prices lower, and prices look like they're probably going to, before it's all said and done, retest at least the 50 area. So again, we've got this gap right up here. Basically, what 55.45, and we're currently at 54.44. So 54.75, 55 is sell 1, and then 25 to 55.50 is sell 2. On the buy side, 53.75, 54. Let them come down and get stops beneath the overnight session low. May take 54.25 to get in, and then 53.25, 53.50 for buy 2. Okay, the E-mini gapped way down. And I want to point out something on the charts on these gaps, and the dynamic that will drive it is profit taking from people that were already long or short into the news that gapped the market. So here's the opening right here. Took it down, got stops below 35, and then we've been straight up since then. So the dynamic that drives this is short covering. We've got the gap from Friday's action at 63.25. We've got the gap from the other day at 62.25. So 62.75 plus or minus 2 ticks is where resistance is, and they stopped at just below 60. So if this gap holds right here, we can't fill the gap in, then the next short-term direction of the market is lower. When we look at where the breakout is, 45 to this high right here at 46, then we have the start of the move up came at 40, so we're currently at 50. So 45, 47 is buy 1, leaning against this, and then 40 to 42 is going to be buy 2. The longer term direction of the market is lower right now, barring a change in the news. 54, 56, sell 1, and then into the gap up here. We're going to make it 59 to 61, but a limit sell at 62 even would get you there too. So a limit sell, picking up that low to that one at 62 to 63 is the structural trade. PMI services at 55.1, and ISM service at 56. This is the news focus. And then the Greek news, and there could be talk coming from Paris, there could be talk coming from Brussels, there can be talk coming from Germany and Greece. So that's where we're going to be. China, over the weekend, some news says that China's offered to bail out Greece. I mean, I don't know. Russia is giving them a deal on gas if they could take it and get it there to help them. There's a lot up in the air. I doubt seriously if the EU would let Russia and China get a footing in Greece, but you know, so far the Greek referendum has given them a little bit extra flexibility, so we'll just have to see how that pans out. Rumaguru, if I pronounced your name correctly, right now this chart says, because we're dealing with 2Ps, that it's okay to be a buyer to test this high. We can't get through that high because of the longer term chart. Market is headed lower, and that longer term chart is right here. And you can see where it is lower. Okay, it's going to take at least 30 minutes to get caught up and get stuff done. As soon as Chris comes up, I'm going to get with him to see if we can't enable chat between everybody. Right now that button has changed, and or it's changed for me. I can't see that I've enabled anybody to chat to each other, so that's where we are. I do see private chat to me. Normally you go down, and as opposed to send to everybody, you send it to your buddy, whoever you selected on this bottom square right here. But I'll get with Chris and we'll see if we can make some changes there, okay? In a bit.